with Master of Arts, Film and Television Production, Alfred Bernardine Richard Dilou.
Before the ceremony begins, may I ask, please, that if you have a mobile telephone, that you switch it off now or switch it to silent so as not to disturb those around you. As Secretary and Clerk, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to this afternoon's graduation ceremony. Graduation ceremonies follow a tradition that began in the 15th century, and that tradition has developed since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step, and graduation symbolizes the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in wider society as a graduate, there to use the talents developed as a member of this society. Each graduand will cross the stage and shake hands with the Vice-Chancellor to symbolize their transition to this new role, and we will applaud them for their success so far and in anticipation of their contribution to society in the future. At the end of the ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all those who have crossed the stage, symbolizing that each and every graduate is now incorporated into the community of scholars. As new members of this community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will conclude the proceedings. It is now time to begin our formal proceedings, and so I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Michael Thorne, to address you. Vice-Chancellor.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you all here today to join in this special day, a day in which we celebrate your achievements, the class of 2014. For most of us, graduation is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so we do hope you'll enjoy it. But perhaps those here today whom it will most please are those who have supported you during your studies. Parents, partners, children and friends. To all of you we say, we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much for your part in our success. Those of you graduating today certainly made the right choice in coming to Anglia Ruskin University. The latest official statistics show that more than 9 out of 10 of last year's graduates were in work or further study within 6 months of leaving us, and that we rank in the top third of universities for graduates earning more than £25,000 a year. In the National Student Survey, you expressed record levels of satisfaction with your courses and placed us in the top 20% of UK universities for lecturers who are good at explaining things and who make their subject interesting. And we recently heard the news that we've been shortlisted for the award of UK Entrepreneurial University of the Year. In order to give you a taste of how successful Anglia Ruskin students have been this year, let me start with sport coaching student Danny Williams, who won a judo gold medal at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in July this year. 4 other Anglia Ruskin students are current UK university champions in their sport. The prestigious Macmillan Prize for Children's Picture Book Illustration has been won for the 5th year in succession by one of our students, Bethan Woolvin, and Anglia Ruskin students also took the 2nd and 3rd prizes. Aisha Gaido received the Community Award from the Cavell Nurses Trust, and Julian Penner, an international business student, and his team saw off competition from more than 250 other teams from universities from over 60 countries to win the 2014 Peak Time Awards in Riga. We have 8 officially world-leading research areas. They are allied health professions and studies, geography and environmental studies, social work and social policy and administration, psychology, English language and literature, history, art and design, and music. This December, we shall hear from the government whether our application for world-leading research status for a further 7 academic subjects has been successful, an application which itself demonstrated that research here has doubled in the last few years. It goes without saying, therefore, that our academic staff and their researchers and research students have also enjoyed a very successful year. Professor Jamie Hacker-Hughes has been named as the new president of the British Psychological Society. Dr. Debbie Holly has been made a National Teaching Fellow, the most prestigious national award for excellence in higher education teaching. Professor Amelia Oldfield became the first ever recipient of the World Federation of Music Therapy's Clinical Impact Award. Liam Kite has been named Lecturer of the Year by the Association of Optometrists. The Global Resource Observatory, the most ambitious project to map the world's resources in over 40 years, has been launched by our Global Sustainability Institute to help governments worldwide plan better. Jukka-Pekka Heikkilä has been awarded a prestigious Newton Fellowship jointly by the British Academy and Royal Society so that he can work with us on research into entrepreneurship in East Asia. The one single piece of research which attracted more interest from the world's press than any other, and which I might add was published in a highly prestigious research journal, was our finding that those people who have sex 4 times a week are likely to be wealthier than others. Our postgraduate medical institute now offers 5 master's degrees in surgery. Mr. Adam Howard, senior lecturer in minimally invasive and robotic surgery, successfully carried out a new type of life-saving keyhole surgery, believed to be the first of its kind in the world to deal with a dangerous weakness in the wall of a vein in an 83-year-old man from Truro in Cornwall. Professor Tony Young, urological surgeon and Professor of Medical Innovation, has been made the first ever National Clinical Director for Innovation with NHS England. The largest ever analysis of worldwide vision impairment and blindness data has been led by Professor Rupert Bourne of our Vision and Eye Research Unit and published in the Lancet Global Health Journal. Sarah Redsell, Professor of Primary and Public Health, is working on a Medical Research Council-funded project with Cambridge University and the Universities of Nottingham and Lincoln on the proactive assessment of obesity risk during infancy. Professor Helen Odell Miller is working on a National Institute for Health Research funded investigation into whether music therapy improves interaction and communication in children and adolescents with autism spectrum disorders. Professor James Hampton-Till is working with Basildon and Thurrock University NHS Foundation Trust to examine cardiovascular outcomes for people using different anticoagulation strategies. Taken all together, these projects represent more than £1 million of medical research funding across all 5 of our faculties. We continue to invest in new buildings. Work is now underway on Phase 2 of a new building for our Faculty of Health, Social Care and Education here in Cambridge. And in Chelmsford, the Anglia Ruskin Business Innovation Centre for Medical and Advanced Engineering, the MEDBIC, was finished at Easter. And we continue to invest in sport, not least through the £5 million redevelopment of our sports ground here in Cambridge. The range of companies for whom we deliver degrees in the workplace has grown this year to include the Institute of Export, Specsavers, UPS, Harrods, Volvo, Wilmot Dixon, Barclays Bank, the Army, Navy and Air Force, the Port of Tilbury and Tamdown Triconics. Our subsidiary, Ixion Holdings, has successfully enabled more than 4,000 people to leave long-term unemployment and start their own successful businesses, as have more than 5% of our graduating students. This year has also seen the launch of our very popular university mascot, Ruskin the Rhino. Ruskin has proved to be a big hit with students and was named by the Evening News as one of Cambridge's 8 most prominent figures, alongside the likes of Stephen Fry and Geoffrey Archer. Now, before I close, I should like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Board of Governors for their unstinting support and advice. But most importantly of all, I want to take this opportunity to offer my deepest thanks to the staff of Anglia Ruskin University, each of whom, directly or indirectly, has made an enormous contribution to your success. Everyone here today owes all our staff a huge debt of gratitude, and I think we should show our appreciation in the usual way. Finally, to all of you receiving degrees, diplomas and certificates today, if you enjoy the occasion, there is a way of repeating this once-in-a-lifetime experience. Study for a higher level degree. No matter what, you have a lifetime of learning ahead of you. You join a long line of distinguished alumni, which includes Chan Abraham, CEO of the Luminous Group, Oliver Baines of Blake, who won Best New Album in the Classical Brits Awards and are now celebrating having sold more than 500,000 albums. Lynn Berry, former CEO of the WRVS. Manish Bhasin, who covers sport for the BBC. Charles Clarke, former chair of the Association of Chief Police Officers. TV presenter Nick Crane of Coast, Mapman and Great British Journeys. Their honours, Judge Margaret Fawcett and Judge Howard Kemp. Alexandra Pringle, Editor-in-Chief at the Bloomsbury Press. And Mark Wood, who moved from Deputy Chairman of the commercial giant Paternoster to become CEO of the NSPCC. We're very proud of you. Best wishes for your future careers wherever they take you. Do please keep in touch with us. Anglia Ruskin University would not be the vibrant, exciting and ambitious academic community it is today without you. Thank you.
We now come to the presentation of those receiving awards today to the Vice-Chancellor. And I call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean, Professor Roderick Watkin.
Anna Maria Svagiel. For the award of Master of Arts, Film and Television Production, Alfred Bernardin Richard Dilou. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, English Literature, Jessica Gina Aston. Alexander Atkin. Katie Barker. Carlotta Baranou. Hannah Lauren Blakemore. Samantha Jane Burgess. Lucy Calvert. James Michael Cook. Vicky Cooper. James Kenneth Cormack. Aisha D'Souza. Morgan Day.